Wake up, everybody. It's time for this week's video. And in this week's video, we're very lucky to have an opportunity to go behind the scenes and see the world of reptiles and friends inside the Virginia Zoo. So come along with me as I speak with Dennis McNamara and we go ahead and see some of the reptiles and amphibians that they're housing there. Stay tuned. All right, so this is a Fiji Island iguana?
Yep, this is a boy.
Very pretty. Back up a little bit.
There's a girl.
Oh, way more chill than the greens, huh?
And we've had other ones that were not as chill as these.
Yeah, it's just... How long have you guys had these two?
We got him in 2017 or in 2022.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's very pretty.
So we had a pair before, and the female aged out at about 18.
Mm-hmm.
We have unfortunately gotten eggs and we've hatched them, but we've not had any survive for us yet. So I'm hoping that these guys breed, and she has laid eggs in here, but we have not found them all the time.
Gotcha.
So hopefully we will get, these are breeding recommendations, so hopefully we'll get to breed them and have some.
Nice. They're very pretty animals.
Which is cool. I'm ashamed they're not anything you can have. But so the thing about these is, so talking to Kim, who is the person that runs the program, one of the main reasons these guys are not around is because they're all owned by the Fiji government. Like, so these are owned by the Fiji government and come through San Diego. And the Fiji people feel like people are exploiting them for their iguanas. And so that's part of why they don't want to send them out.
I see.
And so like the ones that are in Canada and Europe, like, I don't think made it there the exact way they wanted them to, and they're not like, I guess the Fiji people don't love it, from what I understand.
It's interesting. There's a lot of those lizards that are like that, because I think Komodos is the same thing, where technically the Indonesian government still owns them.
We have Jamaican iguanas, and they're owned by the Jamaican government. So
Yeah.
like, whenever you have that, you have to send them like schematic of what you're going to keep them in, what your temperatures are, what your off holding is going to be. Like they basically tell you if you are adequate to do it.
Get their approval.
You know?
Yeah. But it's cool that they care. You know,
Yeah,
I
so
mean, a lot of places don't give a shit what goes out.
There's a group here too that like is in charge of that, and so they'll be like, you're doing the right things or you're not. And if you're not doing the right things, they'll let you have it.
Perfect.
So
I have no problem with that.
Sometimes the private world could probably use that.
Yeah. So now, which kind of Uromastyx are we looking at here?
This is an Egyptian Uromastic. So we've had him since 2012.
Oh, nice. Been here a while.
And we have a pair, but he's too much for her for exhibit. Whenever they court, he just bloodies her up a little bit, just grabbing her. So she's laid eggs a couple times, but we haven't had them in the right spot. Talking to different people about trying to figure out how to make it work. And so hopefully we'll move them back up into Africa into a bigger exhibit and try them again. The one up there is like 8 by 8 by 8 more or less. But every time we put them in there, she just would go up at the top and like live up at the top and just kind of go off food. Whereas in here, they get along for a couple days and then he's like, oh, I see you, I'm gonna get you now. And then he just tries to breed her and breed her and breed her.
Stresses her out.
I mean, really, she seems to do okay down here. It's more that he roughs her up a little too much. Could just be nicer.
So you said you got her in 97?
We got her here, and what is your number? We were here in probably 2001.
Okay. So, been here for a long time. That's 22 years. Angolans are cool, and it's nice to see one with some size like that. Only ever seen them a lot smaller. What's up, pretty lady?
Yeah, we've hatched a few babies here. They're pretty neat. They eat well. They do well. She's a big snake.
Yeah, she's definitely all of 4 feet, if not more.
This enclosure is 4 feet, so she's probably a little bit bigger than that.
some of the enclosure here. The other guy too.
The enclosures are phenomenal, by the way.
Thanks.
She's like, yeah, I'm out.
So when we first did this, we did all this building. It was one of those hurry up and wait things. So we had this building, and we had about 30 exhibits to begin with, and now we have about 70. And it was kind of one of those things where we moved all the animals over to another section, and then they're like, okay, now you have time to build. But then we had like a week and a half to get like 20 exhibits built, and I was like, how is this possible?
Are you just the director of the reptiles or the?
So my job, I'm assistant curator of just reptiles and amphibians and fish and whatever else. And so luckily I've been here for a long time, so I get to do a lot of stuff. So like if there's a procedure doing anything, I kind of get to be part of it, which is nice. But yeah, my job is basically to be over this stuff. And so
You have my dream job.
I mean, I'm lucky in that I get to pick all this out.
Yeah.
I get to decide what we're gonna do. So as far as building these exhibits, we all went on YouTube and really just like looked up different ways to do stuff and said, if you look at them, I definitely can look at them and you can see like where we started and where we started to get better. And so it was one of those things where we thought we had so much time, and all of a sudden it was like, you gotta get this done. And we're like, crap. And so we're still in the process of redoing stuff. This building's been open since 2018, I think, but it was built like in the 80s. And so it had stuff. And it used to have nocturnal animals in it and other stuff, and we took most of all that out, and now it's just all reptiles and amphibians in here.
Nice.
Yeah, we have about 100 species, about 500 animals, give or take whatever babies we have. And there are, 5 of us total. We have a position open right now, so 4 keepers and me. I come down here and work in the morning with them, and then I do whatever in the afternoon. Usually have meetings or computer work, or there are days I don't come down at all, but I try to get down here and do a section in the morning, because it makes it a heck of a lot easier to know when somebody asks me a question.
Yeah. You have an idea of what's going on.
Yeah, and it also makes it so I can get to be part of it. And I have things that I like to do, so I do all those things. So, no, it's pretty perfect. The tree boat is nice. So, they change color.
Now, where are they native to?
Costa Rica.
Nice.
This guy sired 2 litters for us. We have an orange female, and we have 2 gray females. We got predominantly orange babies out of them, but they change color too, so you can come in here, maybe lighter, darker. The gray ones will be like lavender sometimes when you come in.
Obviously, I assume these guys have pretty cool temperaments.
They don't bite them. They just are non-biters.
Yeah.
They don't like it hot, so I've had them a couple of times. They don't like my room stays too warm. They don't really love it.
Yep.
But we keep about 70, 80 back in here. They seem to do well. We have money exhibit on the other side. It's about 76 in there. We have basking spots, but they seem to like that best. I think Jeff Murray said his don't like to go above 83 like ever.
Yeah, that's like a lot of my short tails. Once they start getting warm, they're miserable.
Is this full grown?
Yeah, this guy
That's not
is
a bad size.
2014.
That is not
He was one at the Miami Zoo, or Zoo Miami, I guess. Yeah, so he's probably a 2013 baby, probably 10. It's hard to beat that. Look how pretty that thing is.
It's very nice. Now, where do these come from?
So they come out of China and in Vietnam. So these guys should be Chinese. But the part of SSP we bred more than we're supposed to, so we pulled him just so we don't make too many.
Getting it
Because
in.
the problem with live bears is you can't control how many you do.
Yeah, you either
We
get
just
them
sent
all or
some-
none.
Yeah, we sent some to Ari at that Reptile Zoo. We sent him quite a few things actually recently.
It's very cool. I haven't seen one of those
Awesome
before.
animal though. They call them the sleeping lizard in the wild because they'll basically just go to a spot and sit there and not move. So maybe they'll sit on a reed above a stream and like not move for days. They're one of those things where you're like, are they okay?
Yeah.
They don't want to eat all the time. They don't want to do what else. They just sit there. But they're beautiful. They're among my favorite lizards. They definitely are super cool.
Yeah, I like it. It's a cool thing. And plus,
Man,
they're not moving. They display well, I would imagine. They don't care,
And
right?
if you get ones like, they'll want to bite you sometimes, and when they bite, they don't ever like, they always get you like on that cuticle next to your thumbnails, but they always get me.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed part 1. Stay tuned next week and we're going to get part 2 out. And I'm also going to do a video at some point just reviewing the Virginia Reptile show for the Show Me show that I vended this year. So stay tuned for that as well. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to drop your comments, any questions you might have for myself or Dennis. And we'll see you soon.